All right, let's talk about making things see-through with opacity. Or is it called opacity? I don't know. I've heard people say it either way. So for this, we sort of need to start layering our page. So in our body, what I want to do is add a background image, and I'm going to set the URL to be Chewy. Let's go ahead and refresh our page here, and we have this image of Chewy. I don't really care that it's repeating right now. We could totally touch that up if we wanted to. We know how, but I want to create a box somewhere on the page and be able to see through it. So let's go ahead and create a new CSS element. Let's give it an ID of box, and it's going to be display block width 200 pixels, height 200 pixels. So now we have a perfect square. We could do margin. We know how to do this, like we know how to make this centered. So we could do margin auto, and that will center it for us. Or we could say margin top is going to be 50 pixels. The right is going to be automatic. So it's going to center it for us. And because I only have two values in here, it's going to repeat these two values. So it's going to be top, right, bottom, left. Let's go ahead and add a background color of black and make that text color white and text align center. And you can see we're starting to really piece all of these things together. And I'm going pretty fast with this. Let's add a padding of 25 pixels as well. And so what we should see here is in the middle of this page, we're going to see a 200 by 200 block with some white text, black background box. But before we do that, we actually have to add the box to the page. There we go. So it looks like I'm censoring the dog. That's funny. Did not mean for that to happen, but that's still funny. So what we can do here is we can actually make this transparent. Now there's no text in here. Let's go ahead and talk about Chewy real quickly. Hi, this is Chewy. He's an amazing doggo. White text, padding's kicking in, text is centered, things are looking good. But let's say we actually wanted to see the dog and we didn't want to censor him. What we could say is opacity, and instead of saying like 100% or 50% or 10%, we use a decimal. And so 100 is always equal to 1, and 0 is equal to 0, and 50 is equal to 0.5. So a quick little math lesson there. So let's say we want this to be 50% see-through. We could do 0.5. And now we can actually see through it. Now, what we can't see is this text is also transparent. Now, this is one way of doing opacity, and this is going to change this entire box to be not transparent, but translucent. It's going to be 50% see-through. Now, we could do this a different way and make that text, make sure that it's not see-through. So, a good example here would be color is equal to red. And that's not really red, that's pink, and it's because it's 50% see-through. Let's go ahead and comment out that opacity, and let's change that background color to RGBA. So we're going to do 0, 0, 0, and 0.5 for 50%. And this is going to change a background color, but that text color is not going to change. It's not going to be 50% transparent because we said, hey, the whole element has 100% transparency, but the background color, just as one declaration, has 50% see-through rate. And there we go. That text is a little more bold, but that background didn't change. So there's two ways of doing opacity here. You can use RGBA, which a lot of people are going to do because opacity is going to change the entire thing to be translucent. Or you can change the entire thing to be translucent using opacity. Now, what I would like you to do is experiment with this. You can even use this exact same code that I've written here, but I want you to experiment with this using RGBA and opacity. And remember, because we're using translucency or transparency, we're making it see-through anyways, we want to use a decimal, not a percent.